हेलो। हाँ मैंने कौन कर हाँ हाँ मुझे कुछ ଆଜି ଏବେ ତ ମୁଁ ଥିଓରି କ୍ଲାସରେ ବସିଛି ତାଙ୍କର ହିଁ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଲିଙ୍କ ଲିଷ୍ଟ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କରିବେ ତେଣୁ ଲିଙ୍କ ଲିଷ୍ଟ ଦେବାକୁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରିବା। ହଁ ହଁ ଆପଣମାନେ ସବୁ ମୋର ଗୁଗଲ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ରୁମ୍ ଜଏନ୍ କରିଯିବେ ହେଲା। ଯଦି ହଁ ଯଦି ହବ ଏକ୍ସଟ୍ରା କିଛି ସବୁ ପଢ଼େଇବି ଲିଙ୍କ ଲିଷ୍ଟ ନେଇକି ତେଣୁ ତାପରେ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ ଦେବା ଆଉ। Okay, so let us start, students. So I can okay, you can hear me now. So let me start. Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, okay. So we'll start with the linked list. So previously we are focusing on an array, but array is something like we are doing it from the first semester onwards. We have done not a lot maybe, but we have done some C programs using an array. So linked list is also a linear data structure like array, but obviously there are some difference in between array and linked list. So let us see something about linked list. Then we'll also look into the drawbacks of the array or advantages of linked list or a lot of things. Okay. So it is a linear collection of data elements. It it has the following. It has the following properties. One. Okay, before going to the properties, let me ask you that linked list more or less we know that a memory, a node is created and they are connected to one another. So can anyone say that how the linearity is maintained in the linked list? array में जनरली हमारा क्या होता है? This is an array. So this is like the address 100. एक second guys. सर मैं क्लास रे अच्छी. Important थिला कि how take it? Okay, so sorry guys for the interrupt. So suppose this is an integer array, and the select integer is taking 2 bytes of memory space, and suppose this is the 5 array 5 size you have declared. Suppose the first address is 100 and it can be anything, but I am taking it as 100. So obviously the next address is 102. We know this. The next address 104, next address 106, next address 108. So this is how the array is being created and how it is being linear, because I know that it's something like if I know the base address, then obviously I know the whole array. I repeat, if I know the base address, I can traverse, I can reach the whole array. So that is what I mean to be. If I know the base address, then I know whole array. Okay. So I can say that the linearity in the array is being maintained as they are occupying contiguous memory locations. So this is how the linearity is maintained in the array. Okay. But if I ask you about like linked list. So before going to the properties, let me just give a very brief view. So this is something like there is a start node. I'll rub this writing, so you do not have to write it. You just hear and see what I'm trying to say. So there is a start pointer, and remember, every linked list has a start pointer. So what does it mean? Or in some books, कोई किताब में आपको मिलेगा head pointer. So both they are same thing. Do not confuse yourself. So ये start आप बोल रहे हैं, किसी में head लिखा है. Are they okay? They are same. Okay. Now start is nothing but it's a pointer which is having or which is pointing to the first node of the linked list. In other words, start is a pointer which holds the address of the first node of the linked list. Okay. Now, a linked list is created, and I'm talking about a single linked list. Single क्या है, double क्या है, थोड़ी देर में हम समझ जाएंगे. So do not confuse. अगर आप बोल रहे सर ये तो मुझे पढ़ा ही नहीं, so do not worry. So suppose this is the data, okay, and this is suppose the address, and the address is 100. This is address. और ये address किसका है? This address is of the whole node. Now obviously start में क्या हमने रखा है अभी, अगर ये 100 होगा तो start में क्या होना चाहिए? 100 ही होना चाहिए. So this is the start node. So like this, it is pointing to another node. The address may be 200 here or maybe 2000 here. Similarly, it is pointing to another node. The address may be 120 here. Okay, like this it go on. Now, obviously, you can see that here, while reserving a node in a linked list, it can be in different location. As I have shown here, the first node of the linked list is created at the address 100, and the second node is created at the address of 2000. As I said, it can be anything. You may say, sir, अगर ये 200 में create हो सकता है, 5000 में create हो सकता है, अगर free है तो हो भी सकता है. And the third address is created as 120. So my question is to you guys, why I've shown all these things, that we are saying that the linked list is a linear collection of data elements. Array is linear, वो तो देख के ही समझ आ जाता है. But how this linked list is linear, and if it is linear, who helps to maintain the linearity? Can anyone say?
Sir, because each node contains the address of another node, so
Yes.
linearity is maintained.
Yes. हम बोल सकते हैं the pointer. This is nothing but the address field of the next node. Remember, this is the next node address. This is the next node address. So here the linearity is maintained by storing the address of the next node. As you said, कि address हम maintain करते हैं. So let me put it this way. Here the linearity is being maintained by keeping the address of the next node in the current node. This is the current node. Obviously, मैं आपको दिखा देता हूँ कैसे होता है generally. Here it contains 2000. Here it contains 120. What does it mean? And remember, this is data and this is address. Okay. So it keeps the address of the next node. So while visiting the node, I reach here from the start node. Obviously, I read the data. मैंने डाटा रीड किया और मुझे अभी नेक्स्ट नोड को जाना है. बट नेक्स्ट नोड जाने के लिए मैं क्या करूंगा, यहाँ चेक करूंगा कि एड्रेस क्या है. तो आई फाउंड दैट एड्रेस इज 2000. सो आई विजिट 2000 एड्रेस लोकेशन. आई रीड द डाटा. देन आई रीड व्हिच इज द नेक्स्ट एड्रेस लोकेशन. देन आई reach 120 and this way goes on. So this is nothing but what you mean by, or what I mean to ask you, that how the linearity is maintained. Okay. So that is the point about, that is successive elements are connected by pointers. That is, each node holds the address of the next node. So this is exactly what I have explained. Okay. In general, the last node address field contains null, but there are some variation, वो बाद में देखेंगे. जिसको बोलते हैं सर्कुलर लिंक लिस्ट, वो बाद में देखेंगे. So what does it mean? That is, if any node's address field contain a null value, it means it is the last node. Okay. उसके बाद कुछ नोड ही नहीं है. So this is about another property. Linked list can grow or shrink. That means we can increase the data size, we can decrease the data size, or can shrink in size during the execution of a program. Generally, array or linked list में this is one advantage with respect to linked list against the array. array का एक बार आप साइज डिक्लेयर कर दिए तो उसी को ही आपको यूज करना पड़ेगा. neither you can decrease neither you can increase. but linked list आपको अगर 100 डाटा चाहिए 100 नोड क्रिएट कर दो. अगर फिर से उसको कम करना है तो फिर से उसको आप 100 से आप 10 भी कर सकते हैं. and it all can happen during the execution of the program. Point 4, it does not waste memory as compared with an array, but it takes, it means the linked list, it takes some extra memory for pointers. This can be the one of the disadvantage of the linked list with respect to array. Okay. So before going to the next page, any doubt in any of the point?
No, sir.
Okay. So then the last point of the properties, a special designated pointer start is needed, which stores the address of the first node of any linked list. Okay. So just another property in linked list, each data elements are called nodes. Okay. So now a special, not a special, sorry, the example. So this is my start pointer, which holds the address of the first node. Let it be character. So let it be 200. Now let this suppose contains the address of the next node. So this is 300. Let the data is B. Let the data is C. Let it be 400 and N null. So this is the data and this is next node address. Here it means this is the last node of the linked list. And this is like, this is a node, this is also a node. Okay, all these are called as node. Am I clear?
Yes,
Very
sir.
right. Okay. So few theory. Each node contains two parts. Okay, in the linked list, every node contain two information, or it has two parts, I can say. One is your data, another is your pointer, which stores the address of the next node. Okay, so it means that this is my data. So in data, we may have different data also. Remember that it is nothing like a single linked list means single data can be, we can keep it in the in a node. No, we can keep multiple data. It's something like a 10, 20, and this is address of the next node. This is nothing but I can come it as a pointer, PTR. Okay, so this is the data field, this is the pointer field. Okay, and if you ask me, sir, can we have more than one pointer in a node? Yes, we can have it, but उसका purpose different है, वो बाद में देखेंगे. फिलहाल हमारा focus है that it is having a single pointer. Let us focus on that part. Okay. Now, since in a linked list, every node contains a pointer to another, not to another. Okay. Since in a linked list, every node contains a pointer which points to another node which is of the same type. It is also called as a self-referential data type. Okay. So what do you mean by self-referential data type, guys? And am I clear about this statement that contains a pointer which points to another node which is of the same type? Am I clear about this point? Can anyone clarify?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, which contains same type of data.
Yes. The point is here, look, in the previous class, what I said, if you remember, if I ask you a simple question, it is an integer variable, and I want to store the address. So it should be an integer pointer, agree or not?
Yes,
Am I
sir.
Yes,
clear?
sir.
Very simple. If it is a character variable, and I need to store the address, it should be a character pointer, agree?
Yes, sir.
Because the pointer always points or having the address of another variable of the same type. ये पूरा हम समझ गए. Now, linked list में थोड़ा आते हैं हम. Suppose this is A, the data, and this is 100, and this 100 is pointing to where? This one. Let's suppose this is 100, and it goes on like this. Now let me ask you, this pointer, forget about 100 is there, 200 is there, that is not a thing, but this pointer is pointing to where? Does it point to the node? Sorry, does it point to the data or the whole node?
Whole notes.
Yes, very good. This pointer is pointing to the whole node, not the data. So obviously, this pointer is of this whole node type or not?
Yes, sir.
It has to be. Otherwise, it cannot store the address. Because as I say that, अगर integer pointer हुआ तो integer variable का रखेगा, अगर character pointer हुआ तो character variable का address रखेगा. अगर मुझे एक node का address किसी pointer में रखना है, try to get my question. अगर मुझे किसी node का address एक pointer में रखना है, so that pointer should be of that node type or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that's it. So इसी के चलते हम आगे बढ़ते हैं. In C or C++ basically, we will implement a linked list using structure. ठीक है, तो हम structure यूज करेंगे to do that. Example, so now a struct node, we know all these things. So this is nothing but the keyword and this is my a name. It can be anything, but I am declaring as a node. Okay. Now let's suppose I am writing int roll number, character name. Now I'll declare a pointer here. So let me just initially मैं लिख लेता हूँ. It is a pointer means star asterisk pointer. Now my question is to you, what should I write here? Integer asterisk pointer, character asterisk pointer, or what should I write here? That is my question to all of you guys.
Sir, note
Sir,
pointer.
it
Sorry?
Struct.
Yes, very good. So that is nothing but struct node asterisk here. And remember, this and this is the same thing. Okay? अगर यहाँ आप struct node लिखे हैं, it should be struct node here also. अगर यहाँ पे struct node से लिख रहे हैं, suppose मैं एक s डाल दिया, so it should be s here also. अगर it should be the replica of this one or this should be the replica of this one. You should remember this. And because of this, this is called as a self-referential pointer, or the structure is called as self-referential structure. Am I clear?
yes, sir.
Okay? So this is nothing but a self-referential pointer, and the whole structure is called as self-referential structure. And why this is called as a self-referential, either pointer, either structure? Why this is called a self-referential pointer? Because this pointer is pointing to a node of the same type. In other structure के point से explain करूँगा. This structure creates a node of its same type. That is why it is a self-referential structure. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. तो इसका इम्प्लीमेंटेशन अभी क्या होगा? तो आपका एक रोल क्रिएट हुआ, एक आपका नेम क्रिएट हुआ एंड एक पॉइंटर क्रिएट हुआ. रिमेंबर, सो दिस इज माय डाटा पार्ट and this is my address part. Okay, and we know that every node in a linked list has two things, that is a data part and a address part. Okay, so let me go further, but please remember you can ask doubt. So if I ask you advantages of array, array का in general advantages क्या क्या है? simple and easy to use. Obviously, you can go to any index, just write A5. So it will directly go to the fifth index and it will return you the element. You do not have to start from the beginning. So faster access, obviously the same thing. Faster access to the elements. Now, what are the disadvantages of array? Okay, so one thing is fixed size. Okay, so you can relate to whatever I've said. It is nothing but the array size is static in the program. Okay, so the meaning is quite clear. We have to define the size before using an array, otherwise we cannot do it. Another is one block allocation. Okay, so what does it mean? It means that since we need to allocate the array at the beginning, itself, sometimes it may not be possible to get the memory for the whole array Okay, so why it is not possible at sometimes? Just think of a scenario, guys, in which you have your memory is completely full. Just imagine, and suppose you have only 10 bytes of memory space is remaining. Just for example, okay, मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ कि आपका suppose think it as your own memory, okay, and everything is filled, I can say, but a little bit is free memory is there, and this is nothing but 10 bytes. Let's suppose. Now, if I need a array of size 100, so obviously अगर 2 bytes को लेके चलेंगे, so this needs 200 bytes of memory space. That is also continuous. Okay. Now, can it be created in this scenario, guys? Can it be created?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Because here we need 200 bytes of memory space, but our available space is only 10 bytes. Memory आप movies जो भी आप सोच सकते हैं, movies, big programs रखे हैं, गाना रखे हैं, जो भी रखे हैं, so it is completely filled. In that context, I explained this point. Now, ठीक है. So obviously और एक चीज है जैसे कि while inserting or deleting, there may be a lot of shifting needed. Okay, so this is quite known to you because you have already done this. Imagine the array size is too large, and suppose you have stored around 1000 elements in an array. Array size doesn't matter, but we have stored 1000 elements. Now suppose in the index 10 you are trying to enter it. So you can imagine that how many write shift you need it. Okay, so that is also one of the disadvantages of the array. Okay. Now, so these are overcome by linked list. Okay, so that is why these are the disadvantage of your arrays. So let us now move on to the next important topic, that is single linked list. So a single linked list is the simplest type of linked list in which every node contains some data and a single pointer to the and a single pointer to store the address of the next. Okay, now you always remember this single is because of the single pointer. I repeat, why this is called as a single linked list? Because it has a single pointer. Very simple. Also, इसके बाद हम पढ़ेंगे single pointer जब खत्म हो जाएगा, that is a double linked list. It means that there are two pointers for various operations. So I am not going to that part right now, but remember always. So here single linked list, it is called as a single linked list because every node contains a single pointer. That's it. So let us do some algorithm. First of all, you need to remember the declaration of node. कैसे कहते हैं generally? Suppose our purpose is to create one data and one PTR. Okay. Now, how the structure will look like, guys? तो C कोड में कैसे दिखेगा ये? Struct node int data struct node asterisk ptr, और इसको ptr नहीं बोल के मैं एक काम करता हूँ, मैं एक नाम देता हूँ अपना next. So am I clear, guys? Or any doubt? इसको C प्रोग्रामिंग में ऐसे ही दिखेगा, C++ में भी ऐसे दिखेगा, obviously. Am I clear? Guys, respond back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, what are the basic operations we can do? One, obviously पहला चीज जो हमेशा दिमाग में आता है, that is traversing. We can insert, we can delete, we can search. ये चीज हमने आरए में भी किया था. ओके, सो अभी क्या करते हैं, बिफोर ट्रैवर्सिंग लेट अस इंसर्ट, इन अदर वर्ड्स लेट अस क्रिएट. ओके, तो आज का जो प्रोग्राम आपका होगा इन द लैब, मैं भी क्वेश्चन लिख देता हूँ लैब प्रोग्राम का, उसी हिसाब से मैं आपको ये एल्गोरिथम बताऊंगा एक एक करके. ठीक है, राइट ए प्रोग्राम टू implement single linked list with the following operations, and remember it should be menu wise. In a single program it should be menu wise. So what are those? It can be create to traverse 3, insert 4, delete 5, search. Okay. So इस insert में भी मुझे variation चाहिए. Remember. Also delete में भी, insert में, delete में भी, वो भी menu driven में आपको मुझे चाहिए. So what are those? Insert at the beginning, insert at any given position, ठीक है. ओके, सो ऑब्वियसली डिलीट का भी वैसे होगा. मैं इसको इंसर्ट के पॉइंट से लिख रहा हूँ तो इसीलिए आरोज इस तरह बना रहा हूँ. सिमिलरली insert as the last node. Similarly, same as insert. Okay. So obviously, delete the first node, delete the node of any given position, and delete the last node. It goes like this. Am I clear about the program, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us now move on to the.
Sir, can you please show the page again?
Yes, sir. Can you wait for the last slide, sir? Few
Okay.
seconds.
Okay.
Sir, what you wrote, insert as the last node.
Yes. Insert as the last node. Or at the, you can say that. Insert as the, or insert at the last node.
After that, what you have written, sir?
Which one? This one?
In delete, sir. Yes, sir.
Delete same as insert. I have written. ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
सर मेनू वाइज मतलब
मेनू वाइज प्रोग्राम आप कुछ भी नहीं किए हैं? Can you explain what you mean by menu wise?
Switch case.
Which case?
Yes, sir.
Which case? That's it.
ओके सर.
ठीक है. तो आपका जब प्रोग्राम रन करेंगे वो 1 create 2 traverse 3 insert 4 delete 5 search 6 exit. तो आप जो भी प्रेस करेंगे उसी हिसाब का एल्गोरिथम काम करेगा या प्रोग्राम काम करेगा. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
ठीक.
यस सर.
Now, so because it is something related to, I need to explain the linked list first time, or you are getting to know the linked list first time. So right now most of my code will be related as a program. मैं प्रोग्राम लिखूंगा बट थोड़ा प्रोग्राम थोड़ा एल्गोरिथम थोड़ा लिखूंगा. जैसे मैं आई एम राइटिंग वन बाय वन, यू विल गेट टू नो. तो फर्स्ट आई एम गोइंग टू राइट create. Okay, so that is nothing but this one, that is create a linked list. ठीक है. So I clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. And remember, this is my node structure. I don't want to be a complex one. Storing int role वो बाद में करेंगे, but पहले थोड़ा easy वाला समझ लेते हैं. So this is my structure. which has been declared. Now create. So what do you mean by create basically? अगर आप create मतलब क्या समझ रहे हैं?
To add a new.
Add or like to create a value of how many linked lists are there and
create का मतलब मैं यही समझ सकता हूँ. For the first time, as the linked list is empty, so let me at least create the first node. Am I clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Good. So before that, what exactly I need? I need a new node to be created or not?
yes, sir.
Okay. So let me write it like this. So type def struct node integer. So the data is nothing but the roll number, because I need a meaningful data. Struct node asterisk next. And remember, I am taking the help of type def. Obviously, type def क्या है मैं आपको explain कर चुका हूँ. And here I am writing node. So what does it mean, guys?
Pointer of node is created.
I have created an alias for this struct node, and obviously this is a pointer, so I do not have to use the pointer symbol again and again while creating a new node. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, मैं बता दूंगा. तो obviously हमको पता है कि we need a start node, guys. Yes or no? Start is the most
sir.
important thing. So node start is equal to null. So can anyone explain why I have written node start equal to null?
To store the default value, like
Yes, because it is the first time a structure is being declared while executing the program. This is also a default line. Means before going to the menu, asking something to do, this is always run, and a start pointer will be created and it will be initialized to null. Now, only for your understanding, इसको मत लिखो, सिर्फ देखो मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ. Suppose I am writing type def struct node int roll struct node asterisk next node. ठीक है, मैं इसको जानबूझ के एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूँ, अदरवाइज आप कंफ्यूज होंगे. द ओनली डिफरेंस इज देयर इज asterisk हियर, देयर इज नो asterisk हियर. तो अभी मैं सेम चीज अगर करूंगा क्या लिखूंगा गाइस? नोड asterisk star.
asterisk start and null.
यस, वेरी गुड. तो ये जितना भी मैं नोड क्रिएट करूंगा तो ऑब्वियसली दैट शुड बी द ए पॉइंटर टाइप. तो मुझे इस स्टार बार बार यूज करना पड़ेगा, इसलिए मैंने इसको शुरुआत में ही asterisk नोड दे दिया. तो मुझे सिर्फ नोड स्टार्ट लिखने से मेरा काम बन जाएगा. अदरवाइज अगर आप ऐसा कर सकते, ये भी सही है, ये भी सही है. बट आई वांट टू अवॉइड दिस. Maybe while typing I may do a mistake of not giving a star. As I have already taken this, I may avoid it, and I know that without the star it is a pointer who will be declared. So that is what I intend to do. ठीक, let's start. Continue. It is done. Now, so obviously there will be a main program, there will be some variable declaration, there is a switch case, that part. I'm just explaining you what exactly it is important to write while creating or dealing with the linked list. Now, there should be a function of this create. Agree? Because मेनू प्रोग्राम कर रहा हूँ तो क्रिएट फंक्शन कॉल होगा. एग्री और नॉट गाइस?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So create is the function name. Why I have only written create? Because two things I am expecting from you. And guys, right now, whatever I am explaining you, it is the lab content I am explaining you. Because you have not written any linked list program before, I have to explain it this way. ठीक है? So basically this is lab, but you can say that you have started the lab also. Anyway, so obviously this is the parameter and this is the return type. This is the return type and this is the parameter. Okay. Now, can anyone say what should be the return type of this function?
Void.
Void, okay, it can be, but void
Struct node,
may,
sir.
void, yes, coming to your point. Void may use नहीं करूँगा. I'll try to avoid void. Okay. Someone said struct.
Yes, sir.
Tell me clearly what you want to say.
Struct node.
Sir, struct node, sir. Can I write?
Yes, but not exactly struct node. Okay, the content, whatever I'll write, that is obvious. The next thing we are going to discuss. But what I'm expect to return here, that means whenever the create function will be called, my expectation is that a new node will be created and a data will be stored. Address also I'll change, and at the end it should return the new node address which has been created. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, I repeat myself. So this create function will return a pointer or return the node address which has been created. Now, by saying this return should be of which type?
Pointer type.
Pointer of what type? The structure type?
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. So can I write simply node here? Guys, am I clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So instead of writing struct node asterisk, because I have used a type def and I have created an alias, so I simply write node. Now, so what I will pass in this parameter, ये तो depend करता है programmers to programmer, but my policy, what I'll do, I'll pass the start node to this. So that's why this is your node start. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ठीक है? Okay, good. So now create function का return type भी हो गया, parameter भी हो गया. So what I need to do next? I have to reserve a memory space or not?
Yes.
So how do I reserve a memory space? By declaring a structure variable, yes or no? Guys, yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So what should I write? Node.
Node, any name, sir.
Yes, very good. So it is node. The new name is new underscore node. हो गया? ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
So just a variable. This variable I'll use to store the roll number. That's it. And okay. तो ठीक है, उसका भी हाँ. Printf. मैं printf को पूरा नहीं लिख रहा हूँ. To save time. Enter. -1 to end. So exactly क्या है अभी आपको पता चल जाएगा. Then printf. आपको प्रोग्राम में पूरा नाम लिखना पड़ेगा. ये मेरा शॉर्टकट है. Enter the roll number. ये स्लैश से न्यू लाइन हुआ प्रोग्राम में क्या करना. scanf %d %x फाइल. अभी आपको समझ आ जाएगा what I'm trying to say. x equal to -1. Am I clear? तो what I want to do right now, कोई बोल सकता है मेरा इंटेंशन क्या है इसमें?
To give an invalid output, so like that the entered thing is not correct.
No, my intention, okay, that this part is clear, but यहाँ मैं चाहता हूँ कि जब create function कॉल करूँगा, जब तक मैं -1 ना दूं, उतना नोड क्रिएट करके मुझे देगा. Am I clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
मैं -1 से पहले 5 डाटा दे चुका हूँ, तो इसका मतलब क्या है कि एक लिंक लिस्ट बना विथ 5 नोड्स. एग्री?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. नाउ यस, वेरी गुड. नाउ अभी -1 नहीं एंटर करके सपोज x का वैल्यू हम कुछ भी पॉजिटिव या कुछ एंटर कर रहे हैं, ये रोल नंबर आपका एंटर कर रहे हैं. तो व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट थिंग शुड हैपन इन द बैक एंड? टेल मी. What is the next thing should happen in the back end?
Sir, it
Memory
should,
space should be. हाँ, बोलो बोलो.
sir, memory should be allocated, sir. For how much array
Yes.
view?
Memory should be allocated for a single node because this is all like while जितने बार भी चलेगा, मेरा expectation नहीं है कि उतना node create होना चाहिए. ठीक है? So obviously you know how to allocate a memory space. That is nothing but your malloc. We'll use the malloc here. Now new underscore node is equal to struct node asterisk malloc size of struct node. Am I clear? पहली चीज, हमारा malloc क्या ब्लॉक करेगा? ये नोड ब्लॉक करेगा. तो node, that node which is to be booked or the memory, it should be of which type? It should be of this type. That is why struct node. Now we know that malloc statement or malloc function always returns a pointer of void type. But यहाँ अगर void type return करेगा तो ये store नहीं कर पाएगा. तो my question to you, new underscore node is of what type pointer? Obviously node type pointer, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this node is nothing but struct node asterisk or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
That is
sir.
exactly what happened here. A memory space is reserved equivalent to this. A pointer is returned. As the address has to be stored in a structure node of this pointer type, that should be, so that is why I need to typecast struct node asterisk type. That's it. Now, तो मैं थोड़ा नेक्स्ट पेज आता हूँ, फिर से वापस आऊंगा. So can I say by this statement a new memory space is reserved and now the new node is pointing to this, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. ये रोल है, ये नेक्स्ट है, ये भी हमें पता है बिकॉज ये हमारा स्ट्रक्चर में लिखा भी है. देखो, now I want to store data here, so what should I write so that data will be stored? New underscore node. What next I should use? Arrow operator or dot operator?
Yes, arrow operator.
ये समझ में आ गया, ये स्टेटमेंट समझ में आ गया, ठीक है ना? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. तो exactly I'm going to write that now. Underscore node arrow roll is equal to x because यहाँ मैं x में रोल नंबर स्टोर कर रहा हूँ, आप प्रिंटर में देख सकते हो. ना ये जो नोड क्रिएट हो गया, ठीक है, मैंने डिलीट कर दिया, ठीक है, फिर से कर रहा हूँ. तो यहाँ तो मैंने रोल नंबर स्टोर कर दिया, तो यहाँ क्या स्टोर होना चाहिए?
The address of the next.
एड्रेस ऑफ द नेक्स्ट नोड. ओके, बट अगर ये पहला नोड होगा तो क्या स्टोर कर? इट इज ओनली द सिंगल नोड प्रेजेंट, तो क्या स्टोर होना चाहिए?
Null.
Null, sir.
बट सपोज इट इज नॉट द लास्ट नोड, सो व्हाट इट स्टोर्ड? द एड्रेस ऑफ द न्यू नोड. करेक्ट ना?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
अभी वही चीज मैं लिखने जा रहा हूँ. इफ स्टार्ट इक्वल टू नल. नाउ टेल मी क्लियरली, अगर ये ट्रू हुआ, व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इट मींस? बोलो.
Sir, it is the end, last node.
No, read again. start is equal to null. Start is equal to null का meaning क्या है? हाँ,
So it's
आप
empty. It's
First
empty.
node.
Not pointing to any
Yes.
node.
the linked
Yeah,
list
it's
is
empty.
completely empty. This is the first node I am going to create. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, मैं थोड़ा जा रहा हूँ फिर से. अगर पूरा पहला नोड क्रिएट हुआ and suppose this address is 100 which is nothing but the new underscore node, कुछ डाटा मैंने स्टोर कर दिया, my roll number, ठीक है, let it be 6. now there is a start pointer here and we know that the start pointer is pointing always the first node. Now you tell me what start should contain.
100, sir.
100, very good.
100, sir.
What it should contain.
Null,
So
sir.
the null, sir.
Very good. That is exactly I am going to write now. Mind it. अब just check करो मैं क्या लिख रहा हूँ. Start is equal to new underscore node. मैं clear? तो new node का जो भी new node जिसको भी point कर रहा है वो address यहाँ store हो गया. ठीक है? Now next line is new underscore node arrow next is equal to null. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
यही तो मैंने आपसे पूछा, रोहित आप बताए. अगर this is the first node I have created and initially there is nothing, so 100 should be stored. So that is nothing but start is equal to new underscore node. So I have written start is equal to new underscore node. Now because start null था और अभी हमने एक नोड क्रिएट हुआ, आगे क्या करना है मुझे पता नहीं, but for the timing it is the first and it is the last, so it should be null also. So I should write new underscore node arrow next, जो भी इसका नाम वेरिएबल का जिस फील्ड का नाम है, is equal to null. I have written this. So agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
अभी मैं इसका else पार्ट में जाऊंगा, बट इस पेज में तो जगह नहीं होगा, नेक्स्ट पेज में जाऊंगा. else now यहाँ पहले डिस्कस कर लेते हैं. अगर else पे जा रहा है, व्हाट डज इट मीन? इसका मतलब स्टार्ट इक्वल टू नल नहीं है. एग्री?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
तो अगर स्टार्ट इक्वल टू नल नहीं है तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ?
The whole of the is not empty. There might be one or two values stored.
there are something in the linked list. Okay, करेक्ट ना?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, तो पहले डायग्रामेटिकली समझते हैं. ये हमारा है. Now a new node is created because ये while जितना बार होगा उतने बार वही चीज होगा. ये न्यू नोड है हमारा. लेट इट बी 200 और कुछ मैंने स्टोर कर दिया 8. तो अभी मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, मैं जो भी नया नोड बनेगा ये लास्ट में जाएगा. Am I clear? या
Yes, sir.
ये आप बोलो, ये नया नोड कहाँ जाएगा, फर्स्ट जाएगा लास्ट जाएगा? आप बताओ, आपके हिसाब से करेंगे. नया नोड बन रहा है आपके हिसाब से, ये आज ए लास्ट नोड एंटर होना चाहिए या आज ए फर्स्ट नोड एंटर होना
So
चाहिए?
as a last node enter होना
Sir,
चाहिए.
last node, sir.
एक लॉजिक इधर लगेगा टू रीच एट द लास्ट नोड. अंडरस्टूड और नॉट?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, तो इसीलिए मैं उसको आपके ऊपर छोड़ रहा हूँ, बाद में करेंगे. पर अभी मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, जो भी नया नोड बनेगा क्रिएट फंक्शन में, आई रिपीट, इन क्रिएट फंक्शन में जो भी नया नोड बनेगा दैट विल बी इंसर्टेड एज द फर्स्ट नोड. एम आई क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
दोनों
sir.
को, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली इंसर्ट एट द लास्ट नोड फंक्शन हम करने वाला है, इसलिए मैं उसको वहां एक्सप्लेन करना चाहता हूँ, यहाँ नहीं. एग्री? ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
So focus. Now the new node has to be inserted as the first node. What are the changes I need? ये बात अगर समझ गए, बिल्डिंग में आपका 50% लिंक लिस्ट आपका हो गया. मीन्स प्रोग्रामेटिकली जो करना है कैसे करना है, बाकी तो विथ एक्सपीरियंस आपका समझ में आ जाएगा. ठीक है. आई रिपीट, दिस नोड हैज टू बी इंसर्टेड एज द फर्स्ट नोड. तो व्हाट आर द चेंजेस आई नीड? कैन एनीवन टेल? सो मैं एक एक करके पूछ रहा हूँ. यहाँ क्या रहना चाहिए?
address of the next one, previous the
Address.
मैंने सारा वैल्यू लिखा है, इसमें क्या अभी लिखा है?
100.
100 होना चाहिए.
100.
वेरी गुड, 100 होना चाहिए. वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. तो ये जब भी 100 हो जाएगा, पता है क्या होगा? Now it is pointing to this one. Now, what are the other changes need to be done?
Start need to be changed.
Start equal to new node.
Yes. ये 100 के बदले अगर 200 आप कर देंगे, तो this link is broken. Now it is pointing to this node. तो हो गया insert as a first node.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
सिर्फ दो चीज को चेंज करने से ये इंसर्ट हो गया. क्या क्या? न्यू नोड का एड्रेस should point to the previous start, and after doing that the start need to be changed with this one. ये दो चीज करो, आपका बात इस तरह. ठीक है. सो अभी एग्जैक्टली इसको अभी लिख रहा हूँ. ठीक है. ना एल्स पार्ट के बाद आता है. तो पहली चीज आपने क्या बोला? जो नया नोड अभी है उसका एड्रेस फील्ड में क्या होना चाहिए? करंट स्टार्ट, यस और नो, या 100?
Yes, sir.
देन स्टार्ट नीड टू बी चेंज. दैट्स इट. ये दो लाइन के वजह से आपका बात हो गया. एंड रिमेंबर दिस इज ए कहाँ गया फाइल प्रोग्राम. डू हेल होता तो अलग चीज होता, इसलिए मुझे फिर से प्रिंटफ स्टेटमेंट लिखना पड़ेगा. ये तो आपको प्रोग्राम करते पता चल जाना चाहिए. एंटर दी डाटा, सॉरी नॉट डाटा, एंटर द रोल नंबर. अगर आप दो बार लिखना नहीं चाहते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ योर ओन चॉइस, आप दो हेल यूज कर सकते हैं. आपका मर्जी. मुझे सिर्फ लॉजिक ये चाहिए कि बार बार रन होगा जब तक मैं इसको -1 एंटर ना करूं. कर्ली ब्रैकेट क्लोज. दिस इज फॉर द लूप एंड obviously return start. Done. My create function is done. Am I clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. तो अभी एक चीज एक्सप्लेन करूंगा, दैट इज द डिस्प्ले और ट्रैवर्स. उसके बाद प्रोग्राम करेंगे. तो एटलीस्ट ट्राई टू डू द क्रिएट फंक्शन एंड द डिस्प्ले फंक्शन इन ए मेनू. बाकी सब मेनू में भी रखो. जैसे मैंने ऑलरेडी आपको प्रोग्राम दे दिया है, देखो ये वाला सारा चीज करो. बट फिलहाल इस डिस्प्ले के बाद जो हम ब्रेक लेंगे, ब्रेक मतलब लैब क्लास में जाएंगे, उसमें आप ये वाला और ये वाला पक्का रन होना चाहिए. बाकी रहेगा बट बाद में लिखेंगे. उसके बाद इंसर्ट कैसे करेंगे, डिलीट कैसे करेंगे, सर्च करेंगे, वो भी मैं एक एक करके आपको बता दूंगा. सारा नहीं बताऊंगा, सिर्फ कोई एक डिफिकल्ट वाला बताऊंगा और आगे आपको बढ़ना है. ठीक है. सो ये डिस्प्ले वाला अभी जाएंगे. सो इट विल वेरी वेरी क्विकर अगेन, क्योंकि ये बहुत ईजी है. डिस्प्ले और ट्रैवर्स नोड. बोलो
सर, ये while लूप के लास्ट में आपने फिर से printf scanf क्यों दिया लास्ट पेज में?
मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया है उसको. आप क्या था, अपन नहीं थे क्या?
सर वॉइस कट हो गया था.
आप बोलो क्यों हुआ था. आप बोलो क्यों होगा. थोड़ा कोड देखो और बताओ क्यों होगा.
तो पहले ही तो हम लोग एंटर कर रहे हैं, फिर
ठीक है.
हम
सुनो
check
सुनो
करें.
सुनो सुनो सुनो. यू आर आस्किंग ए डाउट. आई अंडरस्टैंड, बट I need you to clear this doubt by yourself. Why? The reason is two things are there. एक तो आपको समझ में आ जाए खुद करने से. दूसरी चीज ये डाटा स्ट्रक्चर डाउट नहीं, ये आपका सी प्रोग्रामिंग डाउट है. यस और नो?
सर
टेल मी यस और नो.
नहीं आया सर, लास्ट में आपने क्यों डाला?
वो आप खुद रन करके बताओ. ना डाल के आप रन करके बताओ. सर डालते हो तो ये होता है, नहीं डालने से ये नहीं होता है. तो आई गॉट इट. वो उसके बाद मैं बताऊंगा यू आर राइट और रॉन्ग. ठीक है.
ठीक है सर.
हाँ, मैंने बता दिया था. आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड टू ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स. आज यू सेड दैट सम नेटवर्किंग प्रॉब्लम इज देयर, यू आर नॉट एबल टू हियर इट. आई अंडरस्टैंड, बट आई नीड यू टू फाइंड आउट व्हाई बाय योरसेल्फ. अदरवाइज मे भी आपको एक्सप्लेन करूंगा, बट आफ्टर यू डूइंग इट, ठीक है। मैं अभी इसको जल्दी से कर लेता हूँ। नोड ptr, ये आपको समझ में आ जाएगा क्या मैंने क्यों किया है। ptr इज इक्वल टू स्टार्ट while ptr is not equal to null, printf %d। देखो ये जब प्रिंटअप करते हैं एक /t देना चाहिए, ये सब आप प्रोग्रामेटिकली केयर करो। मुझे ये मैं वेरी क्विकली लिख रहा हूँ इसलिए मैं उसको ध्यान नहीं दे रहा। ptr arrow roll ptr is equal to ptr arrow next, ठीक है। इसको जरूरत नहीं है, इसको void डिक्लेयर कर सकते हैं बिकॉज इट इज सिंपली a traverse। इसको ठीक है हो गया, और पैरामीटर भी नहीं चाहिए क्योंकि अगर स्टार्ट को अगर ग्लोबली डिक्लेयर करूंगा तो ये भी नहीं चाहिए। दैट्स इट, डन। तो एनी आइडिया व्हाट एग्जैक्टली आई हैव डन इट हियर? तो मैंने एक टेम्पररी पॉइंटर डिक्लेयर किया है। ऑब्वियसली इट इज शुड बी ऑफ नोट टाइप बिकॉज my intention is to store the address of start in the ptr. Can anyone tell start को मैंने ptr में क्यों स्टोर किया? start से ही कर सकता हूँ। Can anyone tell?
सर कुछ लिंक टूट जाएगा स्टार्ट जिसको
क्योंकि
पॉइंट कर
सर इफ अगर स्टार्ट से करेंगे सर तो वैल्यूज चेंज होगा सर, एंड देन
Yes.
वी कैन नॉट बी रिवर्स बैक।
Yes, yes, जिसने भी बोला लिंक टूट जाएगा वो भी सही है, आप भी सही है। बिकॉज in our view start is very important as it always point to the first node of the linked list. अगर instead of ptr I'll write start is not equal to null, start roll number, start is equal to start arrow next, so ultimately program जब खत्म होगा start is at the last node और start has becoming null because null होके ही तो बाहर आएगा ये उल्लू।
null हो जाएगा।
Yes, so ultimately it is nothing like I have a pointer and also I have a linked list somewhere, but I am not able to find it because start value has been changed to null. Yes or no?
यस सर।
इसीलिए मैंने एक डिफरेंट पॉइंटर लिया, उसको यहाँ कॉपी कर दिया, स्टार्ट को छुआ भी नहीं टू डू एनीथिंग, बस ptr के ऊपर कर दिया, ptr null हो गया, डजंट मैटर। Am I right or not?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, so two functions I have explained you: create and display. Run it. Lot of things has to be done apart from, because I have only written the functions, the void main, menu driven, while, switch case, वो सारा आपको care करना है, that you do it, but at least run this to show us in the next half an hour. Then I'll explain the insert and delete and search. Sir मैंने अच्छे आपण
सर नमस्कार।
नमस्कार। आउ किए थिले? प्रशांत सर आउ किए थिले?
आउ संदीप सर थिले। मु तो आज आसिली।
हां आपण तो नुआ जॉइन कले आज ना?
आज्ञा आज्ञा।
सॉरी
सर संदीप तो बोल।
हां सर अछन तो?
आज्ञा।
हां संदीप तो प्रशांत अछन। ठीक अछि। आपण तो जानि गले ने आज प्रोग्राम टा कोन बुझले?
आज्ञा।
हमें अच्छा स्टूडेंट्स, आप पहला वाला प्रोग्राम किस में किए थे? Moodle पे किया था या Google क्लासरूम में किए थे?
Moodle पे सर।
Moodle पे सर।
ठीक है, Moodle पे मैं अभी बना रहा हूँ ये क्वेश्चन। आप एग्जीक्यूशन भी लैपटॉप ऑन करो।
सर गूगल क्लासरूम में भी एक लिंक है तो उस पर भी सबमिट करना है।
नहीं, गूगल क्लासरूम में पता है आप क्यों बोल रहे हैं, आप लेट सबमिट के लिए आप इंटरेस्टेड है तो नॉट अलाउड। ठीक है, आप मॉड्यूल में ही करो।
ओके सर।
हाँ सो संदीप्त सर, प्रशांत सर, आपण प्रोग्राम तो जानि गलेनी?
आज्ञा ये जो मेनू प्रोग्राम तो सेटा करबे तो पिला।
हां मेनू प्रोग्राम आज जेहेतु से मैंने लिंक लिस्ट दे आर डूइंग इट फर्स्ट टाइम आई बिलीव, they haven't done it before, so obviously they'll take some time to do this. That is why let this program today, let them finish and we'll see to it. But Sandipto sir and Prasant sir, make sure that acha another thing, we have to divide the students among yourselves. तो सेटा
ठीक है सर।
सेटा केमती करिवा? सेटा
अच्छा,
नेक्स्ट
हाँ।
स्लैब रे कर दबा कि
ହଁ ଆପଣ ଯେମିତି ଚାହିଁବେ ସେଥିରେ କିଛି ନାହିଁ।
ଆମ ପାଖେ ତ ଡିଟେଲ୍ସ ଟା ଅଛି ଏବେ
नै
କିଏ
मोर
କୋଉଠି ରହିବ।
because in this single tab it is not possible to evaluate two students parallelly.
हाँ
Yes or
सर,
no?
हाँ सर।
So we need to create it, but today I'm not going to create it because today I'm going to explain the insert and delete as soon as they finish the create and display. Okay sir?
हाँ सर ठीक ଅଛି।
तो आज टा इवैल्यूएशन पॉइंट रो हम देखिबे ना, आज टा खाली प्रोग्राम पॉइंट रो देखिबा।
हाँ हाँ
आपण रैंडमली जे कोनसी 1 by 1 डाकी के पिल्ला को पचेरिबे, किंतु ऑब्वियसली एटा मन रखंते यू हैव टू कॉल रैंडमली or I'll call you call any roll number randomly and we can not evaluate, we can go through what the student has done.
ठीक है सर। हाँ
हाँ okay students, you can start doing programming.
Okay, sir.
मैं म्यूट कर रहा हूँ, तो अगर आप कुछ पूछना तो पूछ लेना। So I have stopped screen sharing, मैं फिर से शेयर कर लूंगा।